5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Wait, not yet. I don't think it's on the air yet. Either that or... Okay, there we go. I think we're on the air now. Yeah, but not yet. Not till I start my little drive. I don't know. It's just I always like to go for a drive in this game before I start firing shots.
What, on Grand Theft Auto?
No. I just mean that as a figure of speech.
Okay. Well, now that I got my spaghetti ready, let's add some Tonys.
And I think for this one, I'm going to drive from Seattle all the way to Miami.
And then garlic powder.
Wait, garlic powder? Oh, man. Seriously, do not tell me you're doing that crap again.
I'm hungry.
Didn't you learn your lesson from yesterday?
Oh, I learned my lesson. But I'm doing this on purpose.
So apparently you like So apparently you like going to the bathroom.
No. I like hearing people laugh out loud as I fart so fucking bad I accidentally levitate myself off the fucking chair.
Well, funny as that is, my shots have to come first, man, so hold it until then.
I haven't even taken a single bite yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm still stirring everything
my
up.
favorite car. One of my favorite cars. RX-7.
I'll be right back. She wants out.
RX-7,
Baby.
is it stock or does it have a white body kit on it?
Performance.
Does it have a Veilside body kit on it?
It's not like the Fast and the Furious RX-7, I'm afraid.
Which one? The red one that Dominic was driving or the orange one that Han was driving?
How about the yellow and black one from Initial D?
I don't remember that one.
Probably because you didn't watch, like, Season 3 and up.
I think I watched one episode, and that was by accident. It was some kind of canyon race they were doing, and they mentioned some kind of maneuver.
Okay.
As
Anyways,
the dude was... Yeah, go ahead.
now that I've got that out of the way, I want to take my drink of water and want to begin. $96 miles, huh? Let's do this. Hello there, YouTube. Phoenix Destiny here with a couple of friends. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
You first.
I already did my intro.
Not you, the other one.
Hey guys, Blackwing005, rocking and rolling here.
Okay, before I introduce myself, allow me to introduce my friend, Stella the Slut.
Slut's here for you to talk to.
Slip. Seriously?
Okay,
Can we?
Like, oh my god, girlfriend. Oh my god, yes.
Slip.
Are they hot?
Can we? Seriously? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going ahead.
They're dudes.
Okay, so I'm just going to say this, YouTube. Do not mind me. I'm just doing my little driving thing in the crew.
My girlfriend.
Because it's going to be a while. Because I've got some things to tell you, and I've got some things to tell Bandai. Needless to say, verbal shots are going to be fired tonight. So
Yes,
you might
baby.
want to
Shots
sit down.
fire, pew pew.
Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm being serious here. Seriously, do not make me mute your ass. Anyways. So, first off, pretty much as you can tell from the title, YouTube, I'm pissed. What am I pissed about, you might ask? Well, the fact is, there's a streamer I follow. And you pretty much know him all too well. You know, his channel used to be the Etika World Network. Before he chose to leave it. Apparently, you guys had words to say with him about, well, one of his favorite terms. Even though you guys knew it wasn't the racist one. It was basically, you know, the whole... It was basically the whole, you know, friend to friend, you're pretty much my man type of deal. You're my friend, whatever. Anyways, needless to say... Yep, that's shot number one. I just want to say this. Are you guys freaking serious? You drove him away. Because of that... I mean, granted, like, he did have another stream on Twitch saying he's okay, and he's probably going to do videos a little differently now. But that's not the point, though. The point is, you guys fired shots at him without even hearing his side of the story first, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it, because you guys are the cause of this. Oh yeah, your little rules, and policies, and regulations, or whatever you want to call your little leash that you want to keep everyone on. The fact is, I'm sick of it, and a lot of other people are sick of it also. Demonetizing videos, I would not know a thing about that because I do these videos for fun, not for profit. But then again, it doesn't matter since I'm not one of the big names. But I figure, this lets me do this all the more easy. So, all I want to say is this. Personally, I do not care what you do to my channel because not that many people visit it anyways. And honestly, because the art of Let's Playing is more or less dead, well, literally, I got no chains to hold me down. So yeah, that's pretty much why I'm saying this. You guys, no,
you have to understand one important thing.
Slip, not now. I'm in the middle of a rant. Do not stop me. Do not stop me. I'm in the middle of a rant. You don't stop a man in the middle of his rant. Anyways, all I want to say is this: YouTube, you guys are fucking monsters. You guys are monsters. Sellouts even. Because you mean to tell me you will listen to your shareholders, but you won't even listen to the people that helped build your stuff up from the ground up? Oh my god. You guys are all in it for the numbers and nothing else. The fact is, if you didn't even have those guys, you wouldn't even be a... You wouldn't even be a thing. That... I don't...
Excuse me.
I'm not even going to say that that's a truth. Honestly, it could be a lie for all I know. But all I know is I had to say it. You guys are monsters. That's the first thing. The second thing is, honestly, and I'm not even talking about you guys anymore at this point, because, yeah, I will admit, it was brief, but, yeah, I'm definitely pissed at you guys. But there's somebody else I'm even more pissed at. Bandai Namco. Specifically the Japanese branch. You guys are even worse monsters. Simply put, all I want to say is this. Your little worries about licensing rights and all of that jazz to do with the Gundam universe, it's a tangled web, I will admit. But the fact is, last I checked, your fans are what decides your numbers, not your shareholders. Because sometimes, yes, it's true, we fans don't know what we want, but sometimes even your shareholders don't know what they want. All they see is that dollar sign, and they don't know if they made a good decision. Case in point, all those years ago, you guys made the decision, well, no, not Namco, but Bandai, Sunrise, you guys made the decision to make Seed Destiny what it was. During the writer's strike, I don't know the full details, But the end result is it got written by somebody that doesn't know a lick of sense about Gundam. And on top of that, she was a biased fangirl about a certain character from the Seed series. Thing is, I'm not going to go any further with that, and I'm just going to say that is just disappointing. So, that ends that.
Disgraceful, actually.
Now, back to my little confession about the reason why I'm mad at you. Simply this. I defended you guys for the longest while for New Breaker because I thought, you know, you guys are making an attempt to work about it. I mean, okay, yes, you definitely are doing a lot of things about it, but I had to stop and take a good, long, hard look at it, and I came to realize one thing. I like Breaker 3, and the fact is, I wasn't even waiting for New Breaker to come out. Like, honestly, that was just a welcome surprise to me. No, the thing is, after that sorry excuse of a versus game, you guys literally dumped on our laps. And I stress that word, like, just dumped. You didn't even do any work on it. All you did was just load a bunch of Universal Century stuff in for your elitist fans in Japan. The fact is, okay, that's fine. I mean, you got UC fans. I'm not going to slight that. You have to have those. But what about the alternate universe fans? Put simply, a lot of universes you guys could have had in the game, you didn't. You didn't have in After War X, you didn't have Endless Waltz in, you didn't have Sea Destiny in, you didn't even have War in the Pocket in, and that was a Universal Century series. You didn't even have Blue Destiny in, nor did you have too many units from Zeonic Front or even Battlefield Record, which I found out was an existing universe thanks to another one of your games, Battle Operation 2. But I'll get on that in a minute. The thing is, you guys had a prime missed opportunity, and it would have been one thing if you guys would have just stayed the course and, you know, didn't add anything else. But no. Towards the end of the period for Gundam Versus, you guys, I could tell, you guys knew you screwed up. Because otherwise, how the heck did we still get G Gundam characters? And on top of that, we only got Master Asia and Domon. Like, where's my Dragon Gundam? Where's Maxter Gundam? Shadow Gundam? Nobel Gundam? And I'm not going to say Bolt Gundam because, admittedly, I guess I feel like that probably should be left in Battle Assault 2, but still. I would have even took Rose Gundam. Heck, I thought it was a pretty cool suit when I watched that part of the anime. But continuing on before I get too lost in my own thoughts. You guys are even worse monsters for that because you rushed the game. That's all it is. You rushed the game. You did not take time to make it. And because of that, you got sales in the beginning, but in the end, it flopped. Versus, unless you're talking about the Maxi Boost on, or Extreme Versus 2, which I heard you're not even going to remotely think about bringing to the States, by the way. Yeah, kudos on that. We have arcades too over here, you know, but whatever. That's just wrong. A whole lot of wrong. You couldn't even fix the one game that you had made that you thought that we would have liked. Maybe it would have been taking a risk out on us. I don't know. I'm not going to defend that point. Because at the end of the day, you guys rushed, and now you're paying the price for it with that game. But then I guess you could probably say, oh, wait a minute, what do we care about this? I mean, we've got our sales in Extreme Versus, so what do we care about that? The fact is, you're alienating a part of your fan base, and honestly, you guys could have so much more money if you didn't do that, and I know you guys are all about that. But that's just one game. The other game I have a problem with, alongside New Breaker and Versus, quite frankly, was the one I was just talking about, Battle Operation 2. Now, I'm not going to say next because arguably you did do what you had to do with the energy system for that game, but it still hurts, all the same. But no. Operation 2, let's think about this for a bit. First off, you make a UC-only game, which, on paper, it's not a bad idea, because I will admit, for the first couple of months I played that game, it was pretty unique in its own right. Had that 8th MS team style feel, which I like that anime, by the way. But you say you're only going to focus on stuff from, let's see, 0079 up to Stardust. Okay. I mean, that's a thing. Like, at least you knew your limits. But, explain to me why there's a Gem 3 in the beta, when we all know that that suit was from Double Zeta. Does this mean, like, you're going to go up to Double Zeta or not? Make up your own mind about that. And lastly, the gacha system. Oh man, the gacha system. You guys definitely screwed up on that front, because, all in all, you caused a power imbalance. What I mean by this, a potentially low... Yeah, pretty much a new player that has a few coins, if they get lucky with the RNG for that game, you could potentially have as something powerful as, why don't we run down the list? Efreet Custom, Blue Destiny Unit 1, G3 Gundam, any of the Gelgoobs, let's see, Azamo, the Dracy that you guys recently had. Any of those powerful suits a low-level player could have, and it just causes a power imbalance for people that actually do play the game, but they don't have that much to deal with it, because RNG basically slaps them in the face. Yeah, real good idea. I applaud you for that. Note the heavy sarcasm here. Seriously. What is wrong with you? Creating a power imbalance all for the sake of numbers. I mean, again, you gotta make your money somehow, but did you really have to do that more or less favored people with a paycheck? That was pretty much the last thing I had to get off of my chest. So
I will agree with you for the entirety of that.
I got one last thing. Like, just to re-clarify, Bandai Namco, YouTube, you guys are monsters, and honestly, I pray for your futures. Okay. That's all I had to say.
Like, I'll ask you again, what future do those companies have?
Well, apparently they seem to think they have one just because they're rolling in the numbers right now because of stuff that more or less is feeding off of naivete.
Yeah, and you forget that the rest of the world is slowly trying to ban systems like the gacha system and whatnot because it's nothing more than a glorified gambling service.
Oh yeah,
and
that's right.
Last I checked, every country... no, I take that back. Not every country, because the U.S. is mentally retarded. Sorry, but it is. I mean, you can't deny that fact. In the rest of the world, it is quite clear that companies targeting kids and turning them into gambling addicts through video games is not cool. In fact, it's so incredibly appalling that the rest of the world, except the U.S., again, because the U.S. is mentally retarded and has the intelligence of a 2-year-old. Actually, no, that's an insult to 2-year-olds. I take that back. They have the intelligence of dog shit.
Slip, you said that they were... You said that they were basically, like, targeting younger people. Like, I mean, care to elaborate on that a little bit? Because it sounds like you know something.
There's been a few articles here and there about kids that have... That's actually... I'm trying to remember which article it was. Somebody in the comments will at least share a link to it. How there was a kid that spent... What was it? $1,500 of his parents' paycheck, or out of their bank account, on, what was it, Overwatch? Or was it Battlefront 2? I can't remember which. No, it was a phone game. I think it was a phone game. And it was so he could get gacha crates. Or loot crates as they call it over here in the West. Either way, it's still targeting kids and turning them into gambling addicts.
$1,500.
I believe so, and then there was another dude, or not dude, another kid. He was like 12, I think, 13 maybe. He spent like 10 grand out of his parents' bank account, all on loot crates as well.
Wait a minute.
I actually find that rather disappointing. That someone has become that fucking depraved and they rely on that crap instead of skill, but what do I know? I'm just, you know, a dude on the internet.
Well, the thing of it is, I mean, you're absolutely right, Slip, because going off that whole power imbalance thing, the thing is, and Bandai Namco knows this, when it comes to the Gundam series, Gundams and specialty suits are essentially power. Because with a grunt suit, you can only do about so much. Now, Operation Next, I can safely say, that's not the case. That game actually does require skill from what I've noticed. But it definitely helps in that game.
How many times have I whipped your ass in a gin?
Well, actually, never.
Oh, that's Josh that whipped the shit out of.
Wait, did you say did you say Jim or Jen?
Jin.
Okay. I was gonna say if it was a Jim, yeah, no, you've never done that. But the Jin from Seed, yeah, you've definitely beat me a few times with that. And I was using what, like Lightning Gundam, H2 Magnum, Diver.
Yep, stuff like that. And basically, little Pinky there. Yeah, I painted her pink for shits and giggles.
But yeah, the thing is, specialty suits and Gundams, when it comes to Battle Operation 2, it's essentially power, because if you have those, more often than not, you're almost guaranteed to win a match. Because it's pretty much the same thing in every lobby. Bazooka Stunlock into melee, and on top of that, team-ups, all because, you know, you guys basically forgot to put in voice chat for the game.
Ain't that a cluster fucking a half?
And not to mention, half the entire lobby and the start menu is pretty much null and void and doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean,
because
the thing of it is,
if you recall, the hangar system is still on lockdown, and I don't know how many months since the game has been out.
I'd wager I wager by now it's at least like 4 or 5, maybe even roughly half a year since the game's been out. Like, I don't know, I wasn't keeping time. But then again, like I said, I mean, or rather, like Slip says, I mean, you know, what do we know? We're just basically gaming enthusiasts that have fun doing what we're doing. I mean, it's not like we're the only 1% out there that's saying stuff about your games. But then again, you know, I don't know, I mean, don't believe us? Go to GameFAQs forums. You'll see. Go to Discord forums. You'll see.
You forget they're meant. Sorry, those people are. How do I put this? You know for a shit about the rest of the world, unless they're specifically Japanese, and even then, that's, you know, saying too much. Or how do I put that into proper sentences, like a regular human? They very much don't even care that much about their own fan base, the Japanese. Sorry, not their fan base, I should say. Their own people. their main demographic. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry about that. It took me a minute to fucking find the right words. But yeah. But even then, they also know this little truth. Most of their games, if not anything short of arcade that has the word Gundam in it, is imported, you know, heavily. And where does it go? Europe, US, pretty much all over the world.
Indeed, I mean, biggest example, Breaker 3.
Oh yeah, and in all honesty, I have to say this. Sure, Breaker 3 may be limited in terms of content when it comes to the fucking Mobile Suit Gallery and whatnot, but hands down, the game, development-wise, is a hell of a lot, you know, better than New Breaker. I mean, I still play New Breaker just to see what the new suits are, and then I fuck off for an entire week.
Now, arguably, we could basically go with the adage, you know, the game hasn't been out as long, but last I checked, there is other game companies that test and painstakingly work on their games for much longer periods of time than what their actual release dates are, if they give any.
Valve, for example, we already know that they've been working on a Left 4 Dead 3 for, oh goodness gracious,
I'm going to go on
10 years now?
10, 20? Well, maybe not 20, that's too long, but
and don't
maybe
forget
10 years?
the infamous Kingdom Hearts 3, which people thought for the longest time was on the chopping block.
Well,
yep, and then, oh goodness gracious, Final Fantasy 15 was in development for 10 years. It was a really, really solid game, but the fucking fans ruined it. I will agree.
Because they essentially said, you know, this game wasn't worth the wait. My thing is, that's a load of bullcrap. Every game is worth the wait if it means it's good in quality.
And also, here's the thing. To go on what Gear said of Final Fantasy 15, we would have actually got the last 4 episodes for the remaining cast of the 15 cast, but guess what happened?
The fans ruin it.
Yep, but also it wasn't Gears that said that, it was Hubcap Ninja. What? Why the awkward silence?
I didn't. No, we was just listening to you, when you speak. And also because I guess I was semi-focused on driving, but no, something else I will add on to this pile. Like, I mean, that not just Valve or Square Enix, but pretty much another well-respected company that, oh, I mean, I don't know, like practically all of the U.S. and Japan are familiar with. What was that company? Starts with an A. Oh, that's right.
Atlas.
Because
which I have to admit,
because how
really
long
good.
Like take for them to make each one? Averaging roughly
10 years?
Well, I actually don't know myself, but I'm just going to say it took them longer than New Breaker did to come out.
New Breaker
and
was in
look at the and
what?
look at the like I said, and look at the results. The personas for PS2, PS1 and PS2, they were good, starting off. Then 4 and 5 came, they really took off. So much to the point to where they've gotten spin-offs, animes, comics, and in 4's case, and probably 5's case, I mean, even got into a couple of fighting games.
Now that you mention it, speaking of spin-offs, Gundam has had its fair share of spin-off games. And one of my favorites, I will agree, is MS Saga: A New Dawn. Where the fuck is a remaster of that? You know, since the developers seem to care so much.
And not to mention, if I do recall, this is basically, and I did rewatch this. Wasn't MS Dawn the prototype was the base that Gundam Breaker was based off of?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but didn't you know, guys? Nobody cares about that stuff anymore.
I know. It's a harsh well, sorry. Normal people don't care.
But us fans, we do care about stuff like that.
And
I mean, after all, we're the nerds that actually, you know, make the fucking companies profitable.
And here's the thing, Bandai. And I've started playing your games back when Gundam Battle Assault was still around. Speaking of which,
oh, PS1
I would
days.
love to have another. Oh, speaking of which, I would love to have another Battle Assault game with an extended roster. But guess what happened to Battle Assault? You canned it after the third one said "fuck you."
And then, oh yeah, I really would love another Federation versus Xeon game.
Because the thing
Anything
of it is,
but
I mean,
encounters in space.
Well, Encounters wasn't too bad. I mean, it was a rail shooter that probably seemed a little unique, but for the most part, it wasn't that bad.
In all honesty, I still own the game, dude, and I've played it. I can safely say that it's not my thing. I will fully admit to that. It's not my thing. I've never been a fan of rail shooters.
Oh, and
But-
another thing. Oh, I hate to cut you off again there, Gears. Another one I would love to see, but also would love to get a freaking English release, would have been the Missing Link sagas.
Did you just call me Gears?
No, listen.
Actually, I
Listen,
think
Jared.
you did.
Yeah, you did.
You did say Gears.
But I do apologize. I'm
No,
so
it's
sorry
okay.
about
We
that.
know what you were trying to say. I mean, after all, we're not judgmental.
Not judgmental,
Hey,
but
but-
fuck, that was funny.
But I'm just gonna say this. I know there's one judgmental one in my friend here. Axia.
Okay.
And the crickets chirpies. There was a, and it gave birth to one of the White Dingo GM2 sniper from 0079 Rise from the Ashes. Which, the funniest thing is, I've seen gameplay of that thing. That thing, along with Missing Link, was the precursors to Battle Operation.
And I'm gonna say this. That's where Operation got its start.
I mean, okay,
Yes.
you didn't have to
because-
make the games like English. I mean, you can made it English subs, whatever. You didn't have to make it English. But I will admit, a
that's
small
all
part of that
us
is,
fans are asking for is just English subs.
though I will
I mean,
admit,
you
though,
don't
I
have
will
to-
admit,
I mean,
some small part of me was kind of disappointed with the Jump versus games because, I mean, you guys do have those series in dub, but hey, that's a story for another day.
But also, here's the thing, though, Bandai. At least instead of worrying about the new crowd, throw us Gundam gun. You know what would be another a Gundam game that would be a good idea, and you've already did it before. Ace Combat with the style of Gundam.
That would be a little unique considering not a lot of mobile suits are
they already
jet-based.
music. Here's the thing, music. They already have done it.
Wait, they
have done it
did?
before.
Oh
Yes,
wait, is
with
that
the
is that
unicorn-
another?
with-
Oh,
No, they did it with a unicorn game.
you mean the one for PS3?
Yes, it was in the style of freaking Ace Combat.
Now that I'm going to have to
Yikes.
take another look at. Like, I did not know. Like, I thought it was like the DS00 game or the PS2
No, it
00
is
game.
not.
No, I mean seriously. If you even looked at, if you even played even Ace, I played Ace 6. I mean seriously, I fell in love with the game franchise after I played 6. But seriously, Bandai, throw us Gundam, US Gundam guys, a freaking bone instead of sitting there like, son of a, screw you Americans, fuck off. I mean,
That's
seriously,
right. I
you
mean,
didn't have to go. I mean, here's another thing I'm gonna say: the Dynasty Warriors series. You didn't have to go through that pain in the ass to freaking track down the original voice actors.
do what you did for 3, since you pretty much did it for a majority of the characters anyway. Give us new voice actors. And needless to say, I'm going to say this, when you guys did the dub for Double Zeta originally, it sucked. It really did. Judo sounded really, really bad. But the Judo in Dynasty Warriors 3, or all 3 of them for that matter, now he sounded a lot better. Use him for the dub if you ever decide to redub the anime.
Oh, and there are shots fired. I'm going to do this. I'm taking a shot fire at freaking Sunrise this time. And Sunrise, I'm understanding that you've always want to see in the far distance. But if you look at the way that Gundam is introduced and the gateway to the U.S. had started with anime, why in the hell haven't you did a freaking OVA of Glory to the Losers yet?
Oh, they were going to, and then they canned it.
Oh wow,
Oh,
that's even worse.
Their bullshit excuse: the U.S. isn't profitable. In fact, if I remember correctly, they said the entire Western world is not profitable enough. I'm like,
which
bullshit.
is a lie. Which is a lie. Because where did all of those sales for the Breaker games, the Versus games, basically every game imported that was Gundam related from Japan, where did all those sales come from? Arguably Europe, but also us.
Oh, and by the way, guys, in their Bandai's eyes, what franchise is more popular than Gundam nowadays? Naruto, Sword Art Online, DBZ. I can Google on, but at least, goddammit, Bandai, throw us Western audience for Gundam a bone.
You know they're not going to. They've done everything except come out and blatantly say, how do I put this? They've done everything except blatantly walk out and give us the middle finger.
Oh, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They have to protect their public image, after all. They have to uphold their company's honor.
What honor?
All I want to say to you guys, you guys give the term persona a bad name, since what it actually means is.
Guys, let me cut in for a couple seconds. And also, here's the thing. I'm going to say this outright, Bandai. I played Dynasty Warriors Reborn. That was a sorry excuse for Endless Waltz DLC. Just give us the Wing Zero EW. Why in the hell you just didn't go forward full throttle and give us the rest of the EW suits?
Because they wanted to make sure we got the middle finger.
Oh yeah, and not to mention, I do recall when you gave the license to the guys, the Koi, to make the Dynasty Warriors series, you pretty much said, okay, make it shitty as possible, that way that the Western Alliance, we don't have to see them ever again.
But the thing you underestimated, people actually do like mindless games like Dynasty Warriors. Because, putting it bluntly, sometimes after a long, hard day at work of dealing with a bunch of dumbasses and idiots, we just want to shut our minds off. And what better way to do that than wanton destruction in a mobile suit?
Oh yes, blowing shit up and looking good while doing it.
And not to mention, here's the thing, Bandai. Bandai Sunrise and freaking Bandai Namco, quit fucking relying on the gacha system.
I'll chime in and say, these are not fucking mobile games. And even then, that shit's intolerable, inexcusable, and downright disgusting.
And just to go out, I also want to say, just on keep cutting each other off. But,
Sorry.
let me get this
I'll
in first, then I'll go ahead. Like, I'm just going to say, as far as the honorable mention, as far as the whole phone game thing, mobile phone game thing goes, one game that's actually rising in popularity right now, and it's got microtransactions, but you don't actually need it to go through the game, Azure Lane. They have a system, and they did it right. Nobody hates that game. Learn from them. Or better yet, learn from both them and Atlas. You guys will make so much more money that way because you'll put out quality games. Not games that'll just get you quick numbers and then in about another, maybe 5 to 10 years that people won't even remember.
And I'll put my 2 cents in there, Destiny. And also, Bandai, if you want something... Okay, I recall there was a game called Ace Combat Infinity, where you had to pretty much earn the suit. You had to earn the blueprints. You had to learn the upgrades. Take it to the hangar. You had to pretty much earn the damn suit. If you want to, I could just say this. Okay, let's see. Zaku makes you can pretty much say, okay, Zaku equals camper equals goof custom or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm about to fly on the fucking rails here. But if you guys will understand what I'm saying, don't you get, gentlemen?
No, it's cool. Like,
yeah, I get it.
yeah.
I mean, seriously, if I could have Bandai, this is the reason why that your Perfect Gundam games has pretty much shut down on you.
No, that's why they fucking left. They got tired of the bullshit.
Well, to quote another source who will safely remain anonymous, they said that along with the term that basically you guys were absolute slave drivers over your precious numbers again.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
The thing is, it's just quick numbers, guys. They're not going to last that much longer. Because, matter of fact, you guys even admitted yourselves Bill Divers was starting to become a flop. Because not a lot of people liked it. But you still keep it around. Now, why is that? Oh, that's right, because you engineer the build series to be nothing more than a ginormous Gunpla promotion.
Advertisement. Yes, advertisement for Gunpla.
I mean,
now,
seriously, you give...
Yeah.
I do have to agree, yes, it's a giant freaking promotion. But some of the redesigns that the Build Fighters universes give us, it's pretty good.
Wing Gundam Fenice to name one.
Oh yes, the Fenice. I love
the H2 Magnum, the Star Build Strike, the Build Burning Gundam. Let's see, the Lightning Gundam.
The Build Strike.
The Lightning Gundam Full Burnin', which is basically just a massively upgraded Zeta Gundam.
Actually, it's a Regazi.
Dude, I am on a roll here. And you'll even see it's in the code for the suit. Lightning Gundam Zeta.
That's its later incarnation after the Zeta was demolished in a show.
But anyways, I've reached my destination, so we just got about time for one last thing, and then we're all out of ammo for now.
Oh, and together, guys, 1, 2, 3. Fuck you, Bandai.
Sorry, Bandai, you screwed up.
I have to agree. No, they didn't screw up. They purposely did this shit to make themselves look like fucking idiots.
No, you're right. You're right. They didn't screw up in that regard.
They made themselves look like incompetent fools that are a huge embarrassment. They're an embarrassment to the fans. They're an embarrassment to society.
Well, it seems like that's all the time we have tonight, so pretty much this has been Truths and Confessions about seemingly good businesses with Phoenix Destiny.
Should I call Stella back for an encore and have her shit on Bandai?
No.
Please do.
But also,